He's calling for massive overhaul of education in America. But the thing that I would warn Ram is this, is, and this is where the Republicans aren't wrong. States need to build their own educational systems for each of their states. Now, we got to have a core, guideline for a lot of folks, a core initiative, 7%. Okay, let's take a look at 7%. What does 7% look like in major urban areas as it does in rural areas? Because maybe sometimes those kids don't show up to school because the bus didn't pick them up that day because it broke down and it's an hour and a half drive back into school and into the district. So we've got to kind of take a step back. And I think the last time you and I had a conversation, you had told me that if you took all of the charter schools in Nevada.
Yep. Just the public charter schools in Nevada, right? And again, for many of our Democratic friends, there's no charter schools in New Mexico and Arizona and Nevada that are private. There's no such thing. There's one state in this country that I believe has this private structure, but that I think it's Pennsylvania, and that's Democrat governor, Democrat legislature. But these are public schools. These are public schools with tiny little boards for a small population. So it's direct democracy, and they're able to influence change immediately. And you look at Nevada, and you take all the public charter schools in Nevada, they rank, I think, top 15 of all states in the entire country. And here's the kicker. They're getting the exact same per pupil allotment as our traditional public schools in Nevada, which is like the 49th or 50th in terms of funding. But they're actually receiving 25% less because some of that money has to go to facility issues, which all the traditional districts get that from taxpayer property taxes in their local districts. So they're actually doing way more with less. They have better results, better deliverables. And again, I fight many of the teachers unions on this. The demographics are identical to public traditional districts. Student demographics are the same. So they can't use this argument that it's the suburban, rich, white kids that's driving test scores, because it's not. The demographics are the same in Nevada. And as a result, there is proof in the pudding that if you use an intentional system of education, right, with a small direct democracy within that community to help influence change with strong pedagogy. Yeah. And that's where the Democrats find themselves today, the loss of masculinity within their party.
And, and because all these issues are intertwined with each other, I mean, you look at education, the majority of educators in our country are all women.